بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Assalamu alaikum. Because we counted approximately 100 of the following wonders, we will spread our presentation over several videos, which we will begin with this one, video number 4.4, the first about the miracle of word counts in the Quran. Everything that we will mention has been verified word by word and ayah by ayah. This was performed by using multiple search programs in cooperation between 8 persons in Syria, Arab Emirates, Sweden, Germany, England, Canada, and USA, verifying the counts of each other as well as assessing the correctness of each point. And we listed all proofs in detail on our website, muhaddith.org/Quran Miracles. So please remember it when viewing each of the following wonders. We start with the amazing miracle of word counts in the subject of natural phenomena, with a total of 24. First wonder, the word day, yawm, is repeated 365 times in the Quran in the singular form without derivatives. As for 2 days, yawmain, and several days, ayyam, we did not count them since they are not singular. And that day, yawma'idhin, your day, yawmukum, and their day, yawmuhum, we also did not count them since they are derivatives. In previous videos, we used the term specific for all above forms. This term specific is essentially the same as derived forms, since all specific forms are actually derivatives in Arabic and even in English. Yawmain, ayyam, yawma'idin, yawmukum, and yawmuhum. For the sake of grammatical precision, we decided to use the formal term derived forms instead of the informal term specific. Please note that our criteria for excluding these forms are necessary and not merely due to repeated attempts until we get just any match. Indeed, we excluded the plural form days, ayyam, because in the Arabic language we speak of a 365-day year and not a 365 days year. Similarly, we excluded the derived forms. That day, yawma'idin, your day, yawmukum, and their day, yawmuhum, because we do not speak of a 365 that day year, a 365 your day year, or a 365 their day year. Again, we speak of a 365-day year. This number, 365, is basic data about our solar system. Coincidence? Let us continue. The second wonder, that was the singular. But what about plural forms? Regular plural, ayyam, and dual plural, yawmain. Well, there are 27 repetitions of the word ayyam, regular plural, and 3 repetitions of the word yawmain, dual plural, for a total of 30, the days in a month. Is it another coincidence that all plurals add up to 30, another basic property of our solar system? No. It is merely stunning, especially viewing the 365 repetitions of the singular form. The third wonder, with which we change the topic temporarily from natural phenomena. What about the word that day, yawma'idin? It is repeated 70 times, the same repetitions of Judgment Day, Qiyamah. The fourth wonder, additionally, that day, yawma'idin, and the singular form of paradise, Jannah, are repeated 70 times each, counting derivatives of Jannah in conformance with yawma'idin, since it is a derivative indeed. The fifth wonder, as for paradises, Jannat, in all plural forms, it is repeated 77 times, the same number of repetitions as the word hell, Jahannam, which we included since it has no plural. Final note about the word yawm, day. It was necessary to examine more than one criterion for that same word, plural, dual, specified, etc., in order to discover its other wonders. This is common sense, except for people trying to suppress miracles of the Quran. Don't consider other forms, as you might detect other wonders. The sixth wonder. Now we return to the topic of natural phenomena. Month, shahr, in the singular form, occurs 12 times, also a basic property of our solar system. Another coincidence? The seventh wonder. As for dual and regular plural forms, 2 months, shahrain, and several months, ashhur and shuhur, they are repeated a total of 9 times in all, which is the number of months of normal pregnancy, the primary cause for plurality of the human race. What precision! What mastery! The eighth wonder. 2 months, shahrain, occurs 2 times in the Quran. Ninth wonder. Moon, qamar, is repeated 27 times, and the moon revolves around its own axis once every 27 days. A basic information from astronomy, which is why we always see the same side of the moon. Another coincidence? 10th wonder. Is it another coincidence too that the number of Surah Al-Qamar is 54, which is twice the repetitions of Qamar? 11th wonder. Year, sana, and years, sinin, occur a total of 19 times. What is the significance of this number? Well, the relative positions of the sun, moon, and earth coincide every 19 years. This is called the Metonic cycle, well known since the early Greeks. In other words, if these 3 bodies are aligned now or in any specific formation, they will return to that exact same formation in 19 years. What a coincidence! Again, we see basic data about our solar system. What is this superior mastery? Repeating day 365 times, repeating month 12 times, and then repeating year 19 times? What is this splendor? One may ask, but you just counted both the singular and plural forms of the words, year, sana, and years, sinin, unlike your previous criteria for counting day and month. Doesn't it take away from the impact of your sign? The answer is no, it adds to the impact. Here is the important reason, another stunning coincidence. 12th wonder. Every 19 lunar years, there are 7 leap lunar years and 12 normal lunar years. Appropriately and with stunning precision, the singular word year, sana, is repeated 7 times, and the plural years, sinin, is repeated 12 times, for a total of 19. Again, basic data about our solar system. Are we to be so naive and accept that this is another coincidence or just invented claims with no foundation? 13th wonder. The word land, bar, is repeated 12 times in the Quran, and sea, bahr, is repeated 33 times, for a total of 45. The ratio between the words is 33 over 45, or 73% approximately. Now, what is the actual water ratio on Earth? Some sources estimate it at 71%, and others estimate it at 72%. All sources stating that their figures are approximate. What precision that the ratio in the Quran is 73%. We ask again, are we supposed to be that naive and accept that this is mere coincidence? And if this ratio is not enough, here is another one. 14th wonder. Water, ma, is repeated 63 times in the Quran, and man, insan, is repeated 90 times, with all noun derivatives for both words, i.e., not counting verbs, of course. Therefore, the ratio between both words in the Quran is 63 over 90, which is 70%. And with superb splendor, this ratio coincides with the ratio of water in the human body. 15th wonder. There are 7 colors in the light spectrum of rainbows: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Stunningly, the plural form colors, alwan, is repeated 7 times in the Quran. 16th wonder, East, Sharq, and its opposite, West, Gharb, are each repeated 16 times with all derivatives. 17th wonder, Winter, Shita, and its opposite, Summer, Saif, are repeated 1 time each. Please note the difficulty. Both words winter and summer are common words. They are not so uncommon, such as to occur only once in a book. So what is this mastery? To cite winter and summer only once in a book as large as the Holy Quran. 18th wonder, hot, har, and its opposite, cold, bard, are repeated 4 times each with all derivatives. 19th wonder, light, nur, without derivatives, and sun, shams, which actually has no derivatives in the Quran, are repeated 33 times each. 20th wonder, and among these natural phenomena, we see 3 interwoven miracles about agriculture. Firstly, tree, shajar, and plant, nabat, are repeated 26 times each in all their derivatives. Secondly, plowing, harf, and crops, zara, are repeated 14 times each in all their derivatives. And thirdly, fruit, fakiha, is repeated 14 times in all its derivatives, same as plowing and crops above. Coincidence or manipulation? 23rd wonder, ships, fulk, and drown, gharaq, are repeated 23 times each in all derivatives. 24th wonder, near, zulf, and its opposite, far, azl, are repeated 10 times each in all derivatives. 25th wonder, closer, dunya, and its opposite, farther, akhirah, are repeated 115 times each without derivatives. 26th wonder, fall, saqata, and go down, habata, are repeated 8 times each in all derivatives. 27th wonder, thunder, ra'd, and cloud, arid, are repeated 2 times each, bearing in mind that there can be no thunder without clouds. These were 24 wonders in the subject of natural phenomena, in addition to 3 wonders about day and paradise, for a grand total of 27. In our next video, we will start with 8 wonders related to Jesus. God's peace and blessings be upon him. See you soon, insha'Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.